Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a planning app for your finances, and we got the core implementation basically kind of in shape, and we decided to add persistence at that point. And we got person working for persistence, and we're trying to get plan, which is the heart of our application, get that working. Yesterday, we made progress. I felt better about it today than I did yesterday when I reverted it all. But we'll try again. I want to get used to doing it in a reasonable, clean way. So a couple extra tries is probably okay. So let's pick up from there. All right, let's see to do. Yeah, so we did make parent part of a plan, so it can point up the tree as well as down the tree. We split out start date. So our application used to have the plan, which is contained in possibilities, and the start date set there. We just now pull out the start date since we don't really think we'll need possibilities to be persistent or owned by that. So we'll see what happens. And then we tried making a query for plan in the views and the possibilities. And I mean, it kind of sort of started working, but it didn't really work, you know? So we're going to try again. Okay, and I guess I can optimistically record our progress here. Okay. And just to make clear, we're running with green tests. Okay, while that runs, so I think what we got yesterday, we modified. Let's see, I got to find ContentView. So we basically hid the chart as being like, oh, that's too much to think about right now, and we focused on the plan list view. Okay, and we got it to the point where you could open it and you could add something, but it wasn't really persisted and it wasn't really properly there somehow. So I think part of that is the window that creates those plans is really not, it wasn't tied into persistence at all. So Dan, welcome. I saw you on John Reed's chat the other day. Nice to have you here. Okay, so let's see. I'm not sure where to kind of like pick up. I think we'll try working from the creating a plan backwards. Okay, so for us, create, well, it's going to be create stream view, but there's something that calls it plan list view, plan view. Okay, so recover my memory on this thing. All right, so plan view, we have three types of plans. They're either a simple stream of income or expense, they're a group of other entries, kind of recursively, or they're a scenario. And a scenario has all its children, each one forms a separate path through the possibilities. And the view side, we have plan view. It basically just decides what kind of plan are you? Okay, I'll let you set that up. Okay, so plan leaf view, we're going to focus there to get plan going because it's got a stream. All right, that's not where I want to be. Plan leaf view. Okay, it's right there. Okay, it takes a stream. Well, no, that can't be right. All right, let's see who calls this. Yeah, you're not so helpful. Okay, add plan view. All right, so I guess add plan view is deciding which of the three types to use. If you call, well, let's see if our preview works. At any rate, I have an example here. Add plan view. Okay, and then create stream view. Okay. Previews so darn slow. Okay, so I'll just take a look. I think this may not have, yeah, this one doesn't have an example. Okay, so anyway, what it has today, well, there's a plan, and I think that's probably the parent, right? Let's find where it creates it. There's a button somewhere here. Okay, create this stream and append it to the plan. Okay, so that's setting it up to, or attaching, the plan is where it's going to be added to, and this is how you add a stream. All right, and these are the fields of the stream. Income, name, amount, start and end month. That sounds right. I don't think there's much else. There's a picker to select which one of them, and then just sort of an entry for each field, and then the core functionality, which I don't know. I'm in a limbo on sort of the design of connecting the UI. It seems to push you towards, I don't know. It pushes you towards keeping a lot of stuff here, but this stuff could be, yeah, I don't know. We'll get it together and then shake it out some, clean it up. All right, so I'm thinking that maybe this is the place to go for it. If we can get this thing not just appending, but make it persist, then we've done the right thing. Okay. And I think if we had gone that far yesterday, we'd probably have something that kind of worked end to end on at least a subset of what we're doing. Now, what I'm not so sure. Okay, let's track this. Append. Yeah, so one of the things we did yesterday was child.parent equals sub. Okay, so we do set the parent when you append. Okay, that's a good thing. All right. Now, where are we going to put stuff? Well, Fiume app. We're going to need this version, so let's restore that. Okay, so we're going to try and get plan persisted. Oh, I did do some research. I found this somewhere. You can, print the application support directory. Well, that's where the SQLite database that we're creating gets stored. So we can at least, well, the tool I have doesn't like to go into the library path, so we have to copy the file out. But we can see the database with this, so that's something. All right, and that's set up for that. Okay, now the query. Well, I guess we'll go into content view. Okay. Now this is our charts on the top. There's some buttons in the middle, and the plan stuff is on the bottom. So I think I'm going to take our little trick from the other day, and we'll just comment out the chart stuff for now. Okay, give us a little less juggling. Okay, and then the heart of this is plan list view. Where is possibilities? Okay, so this is where I got really balled up yesterday, was trying to figure out where possibilities lives and how we create it. Now, I think this is kind of partway down that path. We've got possibilities as state maintained by this, and it creates it if it needs it, or it lets you set it. I guess that might help the preview a little. Failed to build stream. Yeah, these are. It's funny to me that it doesn't just put these errors in the little error box. Cannot convert value of plan.type to an expected element of any array type. Okay, in Fiume app. Yeah, it's this disappearing error. Why would that be? I mean, state is the month year. That's basically today's date. We're not really using spiking anymore. That should be harmless. I don't see any problem with it. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's somewhere else. Okay. Somewhere else we've been. But that's okay. All right. So that helps. Well, sort of. We're trying. Okay. So, yeah, what we're trying is adding it in afterwards. And one thing we found was we'd built this plan structure with inheritance and it doesn't do inheritance. So we had to rework that. And we're kind of taking probes, you know, turn it on, see what we can get done, turn it back off and try again. All right. So this built a couple of warnings. Who cares? Not our biggest problem. Probably, well, maybe even spurious. Okay. So content view. Well, all right. So content view possibilities. Let's see what we do there. Now, one of our thoughts from yesterday is possibilities was an observable object, and it probably does not need to be persistable because all it does is hold the start month and then the plans. Well, we're going to keep the plans somewhere else, presumably. I'm not quite sure where that goes. But I think maybe I guess anybody who wants it can have it. Theoretically, I think this belongs. I think a view needs to own this space just as a form of state, but it's really at query. So we're gonna try to put that back. Okay, so I believe we did that in content view. All right, so if we do at query, and we need Swift data in here. Okay, and query likes it likes arrays. It doesn't do single objects. So var plans of array of plan. I don't think it needs to be optional. Okay, and then I think for us we need to filter it. We did before. We only want the ones whose parent is nil. So the plans, like the set of all plans, is there. It's a recursive structure. So we don't want to grab everything, which would be all the leaves as well as the interior nodes. We just want to get those very top level ones who have an empty parent. What type are you? You tell me. Thanks. Drew. Okay. I'm using query. Well, we can do sort. He's got a filter. Oh yeah, predicate of stuff. Predicate of plan. And then I don't need the foo. Well, we want to do plan dot parent is nil. Okay. Now okay, since we know it's a plan, I don't feel too bad. Okay. Plan is possibilities. Plan list view. Place plan with plans. Expected plans? Ugh, why? Let's see, plan list view. He wants a plan. Well, actually, I'm going to rename this. I think we used to call our possibilities plan, so let's call this possibilities. Okay. Now, why do you object? Oh, you don't. Okay. All right, so this is calling content view with start date. That's a let. That's the start date. That's handled by query. Okay. Now, I think what we want is make possibilities take that argument as well. Okay, so this is kind of you know, I guess I'm kind of trying to do a refactoring to pull in the extra argument. So we're going to move this argument somewhere else. And yeah, let's do start date and plan is array of plan, and we'll do this. Okay, so now we have that still value of possibilities. Oh, well, that's still called sections. We'll leave that for a moment. All right, sections equals plans, and now the callers need to provide this somehow. Okay, so content view, no, plan list view. Maybe it is content view. Okay, content view sets possibilities, but he needs he really needs that plan going in there. Plans. And I think as soon as I do it, it's going to say like, nah, you're not able to do that there. What does anybody do with possibilities? Okay, the chart uses them. The plan list view uses them. I'm going to say, whoops, I don't like, this is not the greatest way to do things, but you have to do it in UIKit all the time. It felt like you're saying, you know, it's nullable, yes, but I promise before you use it, I'll have something in there. Now, I think what that means is this needs to go elsewhere. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll move this to dot on up here. Okay, and then I think this whole thing, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so now we can't use possibilities before it appears, but we have access to the plans. Okay, so a little sequence dependent code, I guess you'd say. It's not something you can trust, right? You have to say, oh, I promise it'll be not null, and now you have to track through and make sure. Well, it didn't get initialized. How do I know it's not null when I use it here? Well, unappear shows up. I don't know. It'd be nice if you could put it first, right? But it does give us that. All right. Now, this. Okay, what's the problem here? Plan list view. Plan. Possibilities. See, we're making everything, I don't know, dependent on Swift data. Okay, so the first one is this. We want to well, I'm sorry, the plans is going to be this query object, and we can't do that in the database context per se. So we need to, we have a mechanism for this. It's demo container. So demo container, you give it the type, and it builds up this model configuration in memory and then a model container in memory. Okay, so back here. So we're going to make let container equal demo container 4, and then this is plan.self. Okay, and then we'll do container dot main context dot insert oh well, is that even necessary? Maybe it's not. So this is just for the preview. I don't know if I can say this here. At query var plans array plan. It seems like I have to do that after the container is set. And even then, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so, well, if I can add plans here. Okay. All right. I'm not 100% sure that will make a good preview. What else is going on error-wise? Plan list view. Oh, similar issue. We'll try a similar approach. Okay, now I hope that's clean. Unattributed query. I don't believe that's the real problem, but okay. Unattributed query. Yeah, I don't think it's happy with this. Oh, I haven't made it the model container. All right, now I don't think this is allowed here. Attribute private on non-local scope. Cannot find plans in scope. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't think that's allowed. Oh. All right, now we hold plans, so I think that's okay. This will pick up at the context. The thing we're not doing is we're not getting our own possibilities added in. I'm gonna take that out, and just for now we'll make that nil. Now that helps that one, but it doesn't do anything for that one. Okay, yeah, I don't think that's allowed. Queries have to be on views unless you really go out of your way. And this plan list view. I don't know if I'm allowed to run a preview with the other stuff not building. Find plans in scope. Maybe I'll take out this preview for a little while. This is content view. Okay, I'm gonna take out this one. Yeah, it ends up being kind of a half spiked approach, I guess. I really don't know where some of these things are going to go. Make possibilities. Now this is a test case. I really don't want to get boiled into this. Well, that's that, huh? See, I don't think this test relies on, well, it doesn't rely on memory, but we get so tied into it with the way stuff happens. All right, let's try making I don't know if I can make like that. Okay, we took out those previews. I know, it really does. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I guess that's partly I'm just kind of feeling my way into this structure, but I've certainly seen places where they merge their database code and their model code is all so very tied together. And usually I tell people, like, try and avoid that. And here we are not. Okay, so this is ContentView found nil. Why is that happening before the on appear? Okay, I'm gonna trace. Let's run it again. It does not call on appear before it appears. That's really unfortunate. Okay. So well, I don't even trust. Let's do this. I think it's going to complain. Well, I'll copy this. Lost my train of thought there. Okay. So possibilities. If you have it, then do this. Otherwise, create an empty one with whatever plans you're pulling in. I think that's not syntactically correct or semantically correct. I think it's going to complain that you're using plans and nobody's had a chance to fill it in yet. Now maybe we could guard. Are we running? Okay, what's nil? Possibilities. Yeah, I don't know. Now what's weird here is, oh, if it came in nil, yeah. Who calls this is Fiume, right? So he does not do that. I think in reality, we're not going to be called with possibilities. And maybe this will help. Okay, so now possibilities is nothing. We're going to create one by default. Okay, now my hope is that'll let us get going. It's dying on possibilities. Yeah, I really wish I could tell when this query ran. Like, is it running before the constructor? That seems odd. Is it running after the constructor? That also seems odd. But you'd love to be able to rely on it being there because we want to build stuff out of what gets filtered, right? So, but maybe... well, let's see what this does, but maybe we don't need it. Maybe we can just build the possibilities on the fly. Run again. It requires contextual type. Oh, it's container. Okay. So one of the things we talked about yesterday was possibilities, because it has no information on its own. It only gets this stuff and uses it. Can we just build it right then and there? Now, how this becomes nil, like plan list view is not called until the init finishes, right? I mean, that seems kind of understood. Okay, calls the init. And then it dies with possibilities nil. Okay, so the way to do this, I may regret it. Let's, whoops. Let's make possibilities right here. And plans. And then this goes away. Find possibilities in scope. Right, this goes away too. Okay, I think that's something. All right. Unfortunately, we got rid of the chart on our own, and we're passing in an empty list of plans, and so it has nothing there. Now, this is where yesterday, okay, gosh, I almost, yeah, it doesn't crash. Functionality is a little limited. But I mean, I think that's, it took us like an hour and a half to get there yesterday. It's only 45 minutes today. I think, well, I do think this is probably okay. And there's no reason for us to create it here per se. We probably could just give it the plans and the start date down into this plan list view and let it create its own possibilities. But mostly possibilities are there so they can generate the graph and generate the possibilities, the alternatives. Okay. Now what we did yesterday, and I'm not sure where we did it, but I think it wasn't on up here. I think we did it here. And we said if plan is empty, plan.name is empty, no. Plans. If plans is empty, then I don't remember where I copied it and I kind of lost it. Plan list view. Oh, and this looks like totally dead code. Is it here? Where was that default plan? It was on possibilities, right? Okay, well, let's pretend we're checking in and do a diff. Okay. There it is. Possibilities. Okay. Okay, if it's empty, then plans no, I think it's model context dot insert this empty plan. Okay. And do we have model context? Yes. Okay. All right. So I think what we're up against is there's nothing in there, and we always had a little starter one, which is really the whole thing at this point. My finances, and everything in it is supposed to be joined together. It's an and. Then we would do this. Now, what I'm not, I remember there being a problem, or it only flashed by once or twice, but it seemed like it didn't quite get created as quickly as I thought it should or something. But let's see what if this is an improvement. Yeah. Okay. So now there's nothing in it, but it's there. And since the list is not empty, it paints it gray and puts the item in. All right. Gosh, I don't know. I'm a little stuck on, I kind of just didn't want to check anything in, but maybe we could just, I don't know. I don't want to create branches either. I'll give myself all these constraints. This is somewhere. Okay, so I'm gonna clean it up as if we're ready to check in and then make a decision. But okay, so it clearly does install it. Okay, this is the good side of it. It may have drawn it without it. We weren't watching that quickly, but it seems to be there now. So let's run it again, and this time we'll have our eyes on it. Well, maybe we ought to add our delete all data stuff too. We added that yesterday and got rid of it, but I didn't see it come up without it. So I think it's probably okay. Yeah. All right. Let's add clear all data, and then we'll do something like, yeah, tag it or something. Okay. So clear all data is on ContentView. Yeah, right now this is clear all people. Let's just say clear all data. And we need these two lines. And this is plan. Okay. So now we'll run this. Okay, if I clear all data, that's gone. See, that's a little weird, because you can't do anything now. And I don't know if I can trigger a refresh. All right, okay, I'm going to rerun it. And my guess is it's gone from the database. We'll run. And this time, I kind of think it should say, oh, I don't have it. I better put it in there. Yeah. So, yeah, that is that sort of refresh needed to do it. Now, clear all data is not really, I mean, the reason we have it is we don't have a delete key, or a delete command on any of these entries. So there's no editing. So if you create it and you want to get rid of it, before you could just restart the app, but now we have persistence. So you got to have a way to do that if you're going to test it, or else, unless you're a perfect typer and thinker. Okay. Yeah, let's see what we can do. I think I can do it in here, right? Thought you could tag. On here. can't believe it, but I think I have to look that up. Let's just get tag whatever, isn't it? That'll get the tag, I hope. Oh, man. Oh, in the repeat view you can add them? Okay. Oh, yeah, I did a little tweak. Oh, I did get that in. Okay. Thanks. All right, let's look at diffs on this. Okay, so that's tweaking. We got the model container containing person plan. We marked plan on model, or we marked plan as a model. We left observable a class. We removed the initialization. We removed the we added plan as initializer. In this view, we did the query here, which is kind of the big deal. Removed possibilities. Commented out the charts. Added the clear button. And just call possibilities right there on the plan list view. Okay. And the container we commented out. All right. This one deleted some trash. Renamed. Commented out the preview. Make possibilities. Oh, I think we're adjusting to add the plan and to do. Okay. So try making plan persistent. And then we create possibilities on the fly. All right. Okay. Okay. Right. So can we now what I saw, I don't know if it was any of these. I tried reading up on query. Oh, I went through somebody's videos too. I don't know where those got to. Oh yeah, it was this guy. Stuart Lynch has some nice videos on it. Um, I went through the first couple and I didn't see any conclusions. That's where I got the printing out that address. Yeah, dynamic sorts and filters. I don't think we have to worry about that too much. Eventually, one-to-many relations will count, and bug fixes maybe. Okay, but that was worth an hour or two. All right. Somewhere I saw somebody doing model context.save when they knew they had made some sort of change and wanted to make sure it all got updated. Discarding changes. Well, that one was interesting. Okay, yeah, so here he does save. It kind of auto saves is my understanding, but there may be circumstances where you want to drive it to do its thing. So let's try it here. Writes any pending inserts, changes, and deletes. And do we have to try? Yeah. And I'm going to do this for now. If it doesn't save, I don't know that there's much we can do about it. Yeah, we'll leave that whole for now. Okay, so let's run this again. Force trash speed. Okay, I'm tired of that complaint from SwiftLint. All right, we'll run again. Won't solve clear data needing a refresh. Well, I'm hoping it will, but it may not. Oh, I didn't put it in the right place, did I? Sorry. Because I feel like if it's changing, I mean, I think this will force it to directly change, and then that should trigger the rerun, maybe the reviewing. I don't know, is that on up here? Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, maybe that won't. I can live with it. Yeah. I mean, the thing... I think that's purely... what does Mike Hill call it? You know, a maker button. You know, we do this in our real usage or in our test usage. Once editing is in, the users will never need to do that. We still might want to for some purpose, but since we're doing persistence and we want to make sure we start with a clean slate and make sure things get created and all that stuff, then we have to. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to take the save out because it didn't seem to change anything either. Okay. But maybe that's worth a little research here. So Swift data, force change to reload query, maybe. Okay. On receive. These aren't sounding like it. Yeah, context saves periodically, automatically. If you want to save in the moment, you call context.save. Oh, maybe I should use try question mark. Receive a closure from all context did save. Right. I don't know. I want to resist those things. On update of what though, right? Is that what they're talking about? Here, ns managed object context did save. See, that kind of stuff, that's the part I was hating about the old UI style, when you had to do that stuff. So he did insert, and then get the container, wait, edit. I don't know. No, I'm gonna let that go. If we were doing it and keeping that button and that, we would have to figure out a way around it. I suppose I could. Well, could I put that back there? Would that be an improvement? Maybe that's what I should be doing. A little duplication, we'll let that go for the moment. I mean, from our perspective, hey, yeah, that's kind of doing it. Now we'll add a stream and it'll blow up, I think. All right. Or it added, but it didn't save in the database, or something is wrong. Okay, but if I clear all data, that should go away. I think we've done it. Okay, cool. All right. Restore seed plan when plans are cleared out. Cool. All right, now let's create that stream again. I want to start seeing it blow up so we can tackle the next aspect of this. 20 more generous. Okay, create this. All right, so theoretically it's there, right? But if we quit, and oh man, I probably shouldn't have quit. I don't know if I get a new database, a new iPad instance with an empty database or something. I'm not sure. It's certainly going to take longer. All right, well, let's move out of this view and into the create stream side and see what we're up against there. Okay, so this is really the parent. Is he trying? I don't know where he's going to put it. Okay. Let's do that again. Okay, no, he's going to blow up. Yeah. Okay, I think that's right, because he did not get created by create stream view. He gets created as an object here, but we never stored that object in the context. So this is the piece we need to add now. Okay, so it was apparently finding the same database because it could blow up on it. And I think it probably lazy fetches those children. And so when I clicked this, that's why it triggered it. Okay. Right. So well, I mean, it seemed to hook it up correctly, at least as far as we could see, put it in the top level item. So I think that part's okay. Let's stop that. Okay, so I'm going to rename this to parent. Okay. And then we need a model context. Okay. And then, well, it's not clear to me if we should append or not. All right, we can pull this variable out because that's going to have to get there. New plan. Okay. Well, okay, I'm just going to say it. Equals parent. And then model context dot insert new plan, and I don't think we need to do that at this point. We may have to figure that out, but because we're creating this object and it's saying my parent is such and such, and the parent, how would the parent know? Maybe it's not going to work. Ooh. Okay. I wonder if we've attached the child to the parent but not vice versa, or if it enforces that. We did tell it was an inverse relationship. Okay. Boom. Okay. Same place. I guess we'll look at plan somewhere. Okay, so my understanding would be, like, if we've said this is an inverse and it's a single to a many, I think when we set that parent, the children of the parent should be modified. Is that right? Well, that would probably be a good place to stop and look, wouldn't it? Getting too many things in here. Okay, let's stop in stream view and see what we get here. Now we may have to run it again and clean stuff out. I don't know. If I add and create, I should get stopped. Okay, so we're just about to insert. Let's look at new plan. Lots of stuff there to support persistence. All right. Parent is nil. Why is that not set? What did we set parent to? It's plan. Okay. What will we do to do that? Oh, wait a minute. Does this thing look right? Stream is nil. Like what have you accomplished? Wow. A lot of overhead in this thing. Okay, so this is kind of freaky. We called new plan with stream. Let's look at stream. Oops. Do we need to query the children for the plan? I don't think so. But on the other hand, it's not working. Okay, that looks like what I typed. S2 with 4444, left the other two alone, it gets its ID. All right, so maybe we'll get a, maybe we'll break here. Like creating a plan. Okay, I'll run. Yeah, that's a very fair question. How do we query the children? I think because he was able to display it before, he must do something. But maybe not. S5. $55. Okay, so stream should look okay. Yep. And we'll step into did I do that wrong? Well, what was our reference to our stream? 582.4. Yeah, maybe it was. I don't see any 5824 in here, so it's not like some hidden thing. Because, I mean, if I insert, Well, maybe I need to. Do I append? Somehow that doesn't seem like inserting. Cannot use new member. Parent is binding. Children is not mutable. Well, what really confuses me is why our stream like is still nil after make stream. You know, I could believe the nothing got inserted until we did something, you know, like we created this new thing in memory. We haven't inserted it until this line, but what's the point of something with an empty stream? Is stream is nullable. Yeah. Um and that was super weird tracing through, right? It seemed to do this, but it didn't go in when I said to go in. Let me put another break. What are you saying? Optional type underscore plan must be. Self is immutable. I don't see how that comes into it. Okay, let's take that out. Run again. Going into, here's make stream. Okay. So weird. Oh, well, that was not good. Oh, that's a 666. Okay. Huh. Okay, this is weird. So if you ask itself, it says like, oh, everything's empty. Is this just... Self is a plan. Okay, yeah, that was what was empty. ID is empty. But is this the binding, the underscore version? Stream is nil. Everything's nil. Okay, we're back here. Okay, that seems to be there. Okay. New plan.parent is nil because I haven't run that yet. And now it's a thing. Now this should be my finances, right? So hey Tukes, welcome. Okay, so if I look at P, what did I just do? New parent dot name should be our finance thing. My finance. Okay. Do I miss it sometimes? No, I miss it every time. It's so much nicer for refactoring than Xcode is. Xcode has extract variable, extract method, no inline, a few other things, extract function. But yeah, even the kind of medium things. But like IntelliJ, they have a change signature where you can like add new parameters, remove old parameters, tell it to make up instances of this variable for every parameter and stuff like that. It's really quite nice. John Reed was using what's it called, the IntelliJ's or Idea Company's app code, was that it? App code that was built on the same technology, and they discontinued that or almost discontinued it. Yeah, it's got wrap functions. It's got all kinds of stuff. It really is well done. And lots of options kind of mid refactoring. I don't tend to use that so much, but sometimes you need it. Yeah, I feel like I struggle a lot more doing refactorings manually, especially that change signature stuff, because you could just let, bounce that through and get all the places updated instantly. That was really nice. And that's a pretty common refactoring. Okay, but so at this point, let's look at new plan dot parent dot children. Okay, well, he's got some. Not clear. We haven't cleaned out our database in a while, but okay, he's got 3 values. All right, let's just continue. Well, okay. Maybe this is blowing up because of the old. Yeah, okay. I think we had some unsuccessful versions. Let's clear the data. Did you really do it? I need a little... Oh, no, you didn't. He blew up. Are you working in Java or Kotlin at this point, Tooks? Okay, we'll start again. Salary. $1. Create. Okay, debugger's gonna stop. I think we can just continue. Huh. Okay. Yeah, nice. Gosh, if they can, you can try Kotlin. Kotlin is very much Java done right. It's got a very similar model, but it's just a lot smoother in places, I mean, woohoo, this kind of worked, right? We said put it in. Now we have to quit. We have to restart. A bunch of them anyway. All right. So the problem we had before was our append seemed to insert the memory version, but didn't settle out the production version. Please work. Oh. We're just not quite there. Did I still do an append? No, we took that out. Yeah, definitely. Protocol is basically the same as the interface. Well, they've got some differences in what like, can you extend it and how can you do this or that? But yeah, they're basically the same deal. Swift doesn't really have the same thing as an abstract class, I guess, but you kind of build your own. Okay. I don't know. I feel like you may be right that we just can't tell if okay, well, here's our place to try this then. Okay, so I think I can do this. Push D, CD, that. Okay. Copy this to desktop. Okay, that's now good. Spring execution Tomcat, yeah. Is there a struct? Yeah, Java just added record that's similar to struct. Just being in the last 2 iterations or something. I don't think I've done anything in Java 18 or 19 except like update some open source stuff and push it back out without really doing much, but not introducing records and all that. All right, where's this thing? Here we go. We'll open default store. Okay, so I just copied the database that's on the in the simulator directories. That's this core simulator devices stuff. And we should be able to see the plan. All right, let's look at the contents. Oh. Why are you nothing? That's really weird. Okay, that's not so weird. Why do we blow up now? Okay, so our suspicion is My Finances is there, but its children were miss somethinged and not persisted. But what I'm seeing is this the right thing? Z month, year, Z. That's person. Okay, let's look at plan again. Well, we're seeing no records. PK entity opt, those are added. Monthly amount, month, year, start and end. Well, wait a minute. How bizarre. Primary key, I assume. I don't know what these two are. Month, year, month one, year one. Z2, I don't know. Z name. Z and, Z or. Oh, this must be our type. So it when it does this, it's flattening that out, I guess. And then every variation has its thing. But why is it empty? It should have my finances in it. Okay, so let's check that. Content view. I'm gonna comment this out. Run again. So it seems like the database is saying it doesn't have anything in there. So the reason we saw it was because it did this, but maybe it didn't persist it. Well, I guess it's there. What? Are you talking about this? Yeah, okay. In plan. Sorry, in create stream view. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we'll create salary 1. Oh, he's blowing up. So plan view body.getter says do plan leave view with plan.stream bang. Because he has to have one if he's been created with one. So I'm puzzled. So the plan view body is trying to show the entry for this item, which it knows should be a stream. Now, how does it have it if it's not coming? I mean, it must be coming from the parent object. So I think our inverse says when you change parent.id, you better I mean when you set your new plan, set your parent to this other plan, because that's an inverse inverse relationship, you should take the other one and set its children, and it knows it's a many relationship, so it should put you basically at the end. But you come back in here and it thinks there should be a value. All right, now I'm going to try this trick again. Are we running the same one? That's the first question. CD45 E8FF CD45E. No, we're not. Okay. 1531. Okay, and now we'll open this. Why are we seeing nothing in the database? Should plan be a binding? I think this one is, but it shouldn't matter at this point, right? Because it's reading it, not changing it. Should it? Yeah. That's, well, I think it does need to be able to change it, at least this case. Well, let's see. No, maybe not. Plan view. Stream view. Stream view is pure view. It's no editing. Now, in the long run, we need to. So, which is, well, long run's not that far away, but I mean, binding or not, if it says give me plan.stream and it doesn't exist, that's not gonna, it's not gonna work. Add plan view, plan list view. We can try taking it off. Okay, but tell you what. Well, okay, more going on. At any rate, let's take a break. 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll come back and see. I'm not sure if we can. Well, we'll see what we can do. All right, clear our heads and figure out the answer. Thanks. Welcome back. All right, so questions. Where do we get plan from? It comes from possibilities. Do we update possibilities after the insert? I think the answer is no. And I kind of think even this, I don't think we're really using add stream, add tree, because it relies on sections, which is coming in. Well, let's see, colors. Preview, and tests. Kind of suspicious. Let's try this one. Possibilities, tests. Yeah, I don't think these are used. Or not for production. I think the plan, the tree itself, accumulates the pieces. Does the possibility get passed into plan list view to get reinitialized? Possibilities into plan list view. Let's see where this is coming from. Well, plan list view is from ContentView, right? All right, so he gets the brand new possibilities with the latest plans. So, I mean, I don't think there's a harm in this plan. I don't know. I think something is not something. It's got a no. It's got a possibilities. No, I think it's got a plan. So we know the my finances writes okay, but something's weird. This plan.stream, my finances is an and tree, and we don't ever change the type of a tree. Does it get reinitialized? Well, that's kind of a question, isn't it? To me, it should. It depends on plans, and I've definitely make assumptions about how structs and views and classes and all that interact, but my thought would be it depends on plans. And so if this triggers an update because something changed in plans, that it should come back and redraw this with possibilities built from the new plans. Weren't those plans with nil parent? The only one that has a nil parent right now is my finances. Okay, I'm going to put this back, but I'm going to add the save we said we thought should be there. Okay, but maybe that's maybe a question. Does Swift data, does save trigger query to rerun? Probably a better way to ask that. How to save. Create it, insert it into your model context, then call save. Usually automatic with autosave, right. Swifted objects have IDs. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. The identifier will be temporary. House address. So it modifies that object, okay. If you want to use the ID for something specific. Well, I was thinking maybe our relationship should be parent equals parent.id, but apparently that's kind of what it does. If it autosave off, yeah, you can turn it off. I saw somebody do that for I think it was another Paul Hudson thing for doing an edit. Handling saves, edit manually makes discarding edit. Okay, simpler. Okay, if you use an array on one side and an optional on the other, that's what we're doing. It should infer the relationship and keep both sides in sync. If you use a non-optional on the other side, specify delete rule manually. It doesn't quite make sense to me. Okay. He's got autosave disabled. Okay. Has a commented call to save inside create. this fails, you'll see Harry going to Hogwarts and Hogwarts no students. Okay. Schools, students. Model context.insert Hogwarts and Harry. Oh. Uncomment the save call inside create. Yeah, it does two inserts, but why the save button? I think he's trying to say this is, he regards it as a bug. Array on one side and an optional on the other. It correctly infers the option keeps both sides in sync even without calling save. If you have a non-optional on the other side, you must specify the delete rule manually. A relationship. Well, here's a non-optional. We actually have an optional, so I think we're kind of okay by this. And I took the default delete rule, which is nullify, I think. If we delete that parent or nullify that parent field, then I'm not sure. I don't know if it makes it null or gets rid of it. Okay, well, I don't feel like I'm any smarter reading that. I mean, it's definitely trying to say something's going on, but I think it's a non-optional on the other side. Okay. All right, let me go back to plan list. Yeah, plan view. Now, I am super confused. I guess I'm mixed bag. I feel I'm glad we figured out a way to get my plan, my finances initialized, but I'm not 100% clear it's in the database or not because we keep getting empty databases. Okay, so I changed ContentView to do a model.save here, and we reinserted there. Well, let's do that here too, consistently, and just to enforce. Yeah, maybe we're on the wrong rule. I mean, Cascade. I think Cascade says if you clear this, take it from the other side. Delete it here. You should delete it from the other side. Oh, maybe I need to read about those. I know there's like 4 kinds. There's a bunch. Nullify, cascade, deny. Can we ever have something in 2 places? I don't think so. I mean, if you delete it from a tree, right, everything's unique. Maybe cascade would be better, but we're not deleting anything, so it's not anything with that. All right, I'm going to, I guess I'm going to run. All right, so I clear all data. That's still there. I'm going to take this out. And he's only going to show up if he's really there in the database, which he theoretically should be. All right. And then DC2A, is this different every time it runs? Okay, that does change every time, so I can't just presume I've got the right database. I don't quite get it. Let me run again. C2D. CD45 is the same, but 02B, and yet this is in there. No children. Ugh. So, I mean, if that's in there, we go here, bang copy, bang ls, okay, 552, 1552. All right, and let's go back to this thing. Well, I kind of want, okay, 2 transactions have happened. That's kind of progress. Plan is empty. Person is empty. Eric, welcome. Well, we're trying again on the persistent side, and we got about as far as yesterday, maybe a little further. It acts like it was doing persistence, and yet it's kind of hard to tell. All right, so we did this thing like yesterday. If it doesn't have any plans, insert that. But I took that out, reran it, and it came up with stuff. But when I try and go to the database where it claims the data lives, I don't really see anything in the database. So it may be me misunderstanding where that what that path accomplishes. But I think it must be, because it's definitely showing stuff. Well, the problem we're having is when you try and create a new entry, and we'll do it again, S1 for 1, it appears to create, but if we try and look at it, if we restart and look at it, it doesn't. Now, what does puzzle me, though, is because every time it starts, it says it's got a different path. Then how does it have anything in the database persisted. But you would think that would be simulator runs. So if I don't even, my phone's still old. It has a button. Let's see. What do you got to do to go home? Okay. No. Okay, I'm going to delete that. But that shouldn't change any code, or I mean any of its data. Boom. Okay. The house. So our suspicion is when we create a plan in here, it's like, it's very hard to tell if it's, well, it's hard to know it's 100% linked correctly because it kind of doesn't tell us. And it's very hard to know if it actually saved somewhere. Oh, and when I click it, when I run it like this, I'm not running it in the debugger, I guess. I'm just running it. Okay. And what's, okay, so, well, after save, we know IDs have changed. Okay, so maybe this is the break point. Yeah, it should have my finances. I don't know if it got far enough to, yeah, it's still got it, but it doesn't trigger the debugger when it blows up. Should be configurations on a container. The first container is what you need. You can find the URL of persistent storage there. Okay, well, I kind of think that's what I'm doing, but maybe you can correct me. I mean, I just go in here, and this I took off the video I watched about it. Application support directory.path, but maybe we're not doing, I mean, I'm taking a default configuration, so can I get from the container to the path? Maybe in a context? First container. Yeah, we're putting everything in one container. I'm not mucking with multiple ones. The first container. Okay, is it? None of these sounded right. Contains member. Can I do dot first? Okay, let's see if that gets us any better. Thank you. Now, I don't know where I left this for this thing. ContentView. So, because we don't do this on a peer, and it's there when we restart, it feels like something must be persisting. All right. so we'll add a new stream. I think you have to turn CloudKit on. It didn't look. It looked like a configuration option, not a code thing. All right. So now we should make sure we're on. Got a breakpoint here. Okay. Okay. So. Well, there's a file, CD4599. Okay, so I think this is consistent with that, but that's good to know. Library application support default.store. Yeah, that's okay. Let me try that. Go there. Okay. He's got a little size to him. I don't know what these other two files are, but okay, so copy him to the desktop. Do this. Can I close? Yeah, there's nothing there. I don't think. That's my first 24 hours using this, but that seems like it's a list of everything. Okay, but we're still running. So we just did dismiss. Now I should be able to look at new plan. Now before everything came up nil, but maybe it writes them when it saves, it sounded like. Nine E. No. I don't know if this is that. 2 children. S1. So after saving, it looks like you can go from the plan up to its parent, down to its parent's children, sub-0, and get back here. Oh, that was S2. Okay, we'll do this one to 1. So why is it gonna die? Okay, S2's in progress. And we're doing create. Okay, so we've already saved it. I'm gonna continue. And it's there, but listing them. I am just puzzled. I wonder if we can... Can we do that? Emily. No, the preview does, but we've commented most of the previews out, honestly. I don't know if we commented content views. Well, I'm not sure what you mean, Eric. Is that in the debugger or in something else? Build failed. Okay. Oh, yeah. These things are macros. I don't know if I can break here or not. Well, it's 410. So print the current configuration. Well, I'll tell you what's weird, right? It did not break on my query command. Oh. Does it not set a break there? Print the configuration. So model context dot. Oh, is that? Okay, it certainly got the address. Okay, his schema, he's got a person, 0 values. He's got a plan with 0 values, even though we just inserted one. I don't know, could I be in trouble from doing this outside this context? At what point does it realize it's got an entity and do something? I mean, I have to insert to get it in there. Miscellaneous attributes and relationships, that's all fine. Mangled name 5. Stored memory false. I'm not seeing it. Okay, so it has my finances. It lets us do this. I'm going to continue. And I don't see anything, I mean, other than the fact that it has no data. Right, and this, as soon as I do this, it's going to blow up. This is in plan. Well, I'm not sure why that even seems wrong. If stream's a nullable thing, self.get value for. I guess I got to figure out where. I guess get value for is generated too then, huh? Storage or update. Access is back at it. Initialize this underscore stream. Swift data no type. But I don't see why. I don't think that's where it's busting up, right? Hmm. Plan view body getter, plan dot stream. I mean, it must be that bang that's causing that, right? Right. Somehow we get here with a plan. But even this, I mean, okay, break one. Well, that's definitely going to throw an exception. Um, maybe it's not standard. Golly. Okay, so going back, it appeared to let us create it. It appeared to it somehow thinks there's something in here, so that's a thing. Um, but when you go to open the display and it tries to actually access that child, it blows up. Now, we didn't get to stop ContentView. Right. This gets blanked out right away, so that's suggesting to me it doesn't really stop there. Maybe there's a noisy way we can tell it to be. Well, the weird thing is, I guess it should not call this anyway, other than the first time, right? So it's only going to take ones that have a parent nil. We theoretically set these to have person non-nil, so there should still only be one plan that corresponds or that meets the criteria. And that my finances one, that doesn't change. But when you open it, well, it must be looking up plan. Add mono context to a view of the stream. Oh, if I don't have that, yeah, that would be create. Nope. this has one. Are you thinking the plan view? I don't know why it would need a context if it's not ever referencing it, but let's put one in. And that was in here, yeah. Okay, so maybe his caller. Sorry, who's doing this? Content list goals plan list view. Let me. I don't. So there's plan view with tree. Okay, we'll run again. I guess it's hard for me to know if these accesses really do trigger something through the context without referencing context. Seems odd. Boom. But I notice it's not complaining. It's not complaining that it can't find the plan object, which was a complaint we saw earlier. But maybe this is, oh, it's back in plan. Who called him plan view body? Okay. Plan gets passed in. From plan list view. Passes in the tree, which is sort of like the subtree, really. Is the binding stuff okay on that? Plan view. Oh, okay. Well, that's worth knowing. I mean, autosave's nice, but okay. All right. So this, sorry, something here does look funny to me. This plan.stream. Yeah, gets stream, but we're not getting that far. If plan.type is stream, it really should have one. This was what I'm wondering about. Like, this is a binding? It is, okay. Well, if it takes that long to autosave, then I'm glad we're saving it in here, right? It seems like we really do want to make sure that's all set. The only other piece I'm wondering, for complete lack of ideas, this seems like, I wonder if we should be passing the parent in and having make stream, if he should, I don't know, that doesn't seem right. and we're basically setting self.parent, but maybe it's okay. I don't know. It's easy to try in 5 minutes. Parent of plan, stream parent. I don't think it's going to help, but I'm going to try it. There's going to be a bunch of tests that fail. Should plan be bindable instead of binding? That's a good question. Okay, let me capture the question. Okay. Plan view. Good. Well, I got a bunch of tests will fail. Good view. That out. I'm getting lost, sorry. He calls by list view, which calls tree. That's the one you think. Okay, but where's create stream view? Okay, I want to take this out. Unfortunately, right? Doesn't this? Yeah, boom. Okay. Plan list view. This thing is spitting out binding, right? Do I have possibilities? Comes in bindable. But his sections can't be. Possibilities. Yeah, and I think at least now we're not changing them. Maybe we should take that out. But we do want to change them because you should be able to edit your stream and so on. But maybe that's not doable. Let me revert plan this stuff. Okay, and then the caller was plan view. I mean, I wouldn't think the model context would be aware of it until we insert it, right? Okay. Well, let's see if we're building. Right. Run. Gosh, it feels like we're so close. I mean, we got this back. We got the ability to add things in. It seems like they're there in some sense. We can't see it in the database, but maybe there's some problem syncing or something. I don't know. And when we do this, it blows up trying to get to that child. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Let me add that. Okay. I think we're gonna have to stop here. I appreciate the ideas because I certainly don't have any. We'll pick up there tomorrow. I think we're back at least syntactically and apparently semantically where we were. I'll do a clear all data. I'd like a little more feedback on that button too. But anyway, we should be coming in tomorrow with an empty list and see what we can find. Tomorrow's Wednesday, 2 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. And good to see everybody here. And thanks so much for your ideas. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.